So, talking with people who have been drinking can be very interesting at times. But what I do love is when they let their guard down and say things they wouldn't necessarily say sober. But as the saying goes, a drunk mind does speak a sober heart. So, I was having a conversation this one time with two friends. The actual topic of conversation I don't fully recall, but what got my attention was the comment, "Oh, nothing but stretch marks up there," referring to the girl's like upper thigh. And she's like, I want to get tattoos to cover all of my imperfections, as she's laughing. And I was like, did you really just say that? Like, was that her being honest? Because I found that to be so sad because I kid you not, she is beautiful. She is a strong female. A ton of people would rather have probably her body than their own. And the sadness came from her not being able to see her beauty. The features that make her unique, she views as imperfections, and her struggle to really accept herself fully. And all women want to be found attractive and desirable, and I'm sure men do as well. So, especially in our younger years, we struggle to accept our imperfections and the things that make us different. And ideally, we outgrow this phase, but a lot do not. And there isn't one mold that we all desire, as it is highly individual, nor is it set in stone, because our desires will change as we age. So maybe one time in high school we wanted a thigh gap, and now look at us, we want six packs. So things can change. But if there is one thing that my friends who just happen to be very perverted, guys mostly, have taught me, is that there is not one mold that is attractive. And thank God, right? So hearing them go on and on about the women I train with, it's amazing. And perhaps kind of a relief, because if it's taught me one thing, it's that I don't need to look just one way. I'm okay the way I look, and so is so and so is my other friend, because they're all attractive. We all just look very different. And it definitely does show you how simple men really are, which is awesome. So, and I definitely have beautiful friends. So, what I have technically found is that heterosexual men just simply love women. So, they like a wide range. The one trait that seems to be the common theme in regards to what they find the most attractive about a woman, which might enhance the range of women that they would be attracted to, is the level of confidence a woman has. So, how do we go from being self conscious to confident? I'm not sure there is a perfect formula that gets you from point A to point B. What worked for someone else may not fully work for you, but I do have 5 tips that I wanted to give you, and maybe they'll work for you. So, number 1, change what you don't like. I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. Aren't we supposed to love who we are, everything about ourselves? Isn't that the whole point of this? But let's kind of be honest, that by the same token, if you don't like being overweight, then take initiative, take the horse by the reins, and lose some body fat. There's nothing like creating a positive change that will help with confidence. If you wish you had more muscular legs, then start lifting heavier and possibly eating more to build them up. So small changes, nothing major. Number 2, accept what you can't change. So this might be the important one. Should be number 1. There is nothing more silly than obsessing over things you have no control over, but we do it, I know. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to learn to accept what you can't change. Whether it's a birthmark, your broad shoulders, your big butt, or your stretch marks, they make you who you are. These things make you unique from anyone else. So, like those who go to an art gallery, even though each piece is very different and unique, the guests can appreciate the beauty in each painting. And possibly what you wish you could change, your future or current partner finds charming. So once you can accept and learn to appreciate what you deem as an imperfection, your confidence and self-worth will significantly increase. You cannot be confident and accept yourself without first being okay with all of you. Number 3. All right, here it gets real for a little bit. Surround yourself with those who build you up. So I remember hanging out with a guy last summer who obviously did not know how to take a woman out on a date. So I just used him for his hot tub. So he would talk to me about body composition of a couple of his athletes whom I knew. He would argue nutrition with me and tell me that if I wanted to lose weight, I just have to eat less carbs and that I was just eating too much. Now, to be fair, he did not tell me I needed to lose weight. I was the one bringing it up because I was trying to get back on the healthy wagon, tracking my macros, and just trying to lean out a little bit. But it's like every time I came over, we were talking about it. Instead of however many calories I was eating at the time, which is probably a good bit, I should be eating 1,700 calories. Okay, well, I mean, did you take into account anything that you know about me, like my diet past, or how much I'm currently eating? Do I really need to go to 1,700 if I'm currently, let's say, consuming 2,300? No, not really. So it was things like that that frustrated me, and I found myself being self-conscious. And keep in mind, I'm the most confident I've been last summer up to that point with who I am as a person, my body. I was feeling pretty good about myself. I don't need no man. And so there's this guy who I'm hanging out with who is making me feel uncomfortable. And all I can think of is, if I feel uncomfortable in a bikini in front of him, there is no way this guy is ever going to see this in the nude. So pretty much that was the end of him. So what's the point of this story is that, one, if a guy isn't taking you out on a date, think of it as him seeing you like one of his buddies, okay? So he doesn't touch his buddy, now does he? He doesn't fool around with his buddy. So he's not fooling around with you. I think that's like the biggest problem, is that women want to be treated like men, but we're a lot different. We're not like men, okay? We are emotional human beings, unfortunately. And if we don't value ourselves and we don't have that confidence that we are actually worth more than a hot tub or the water in the hot tub, then we won't be treated as such. And let's be real, everyone likes to chase, especially men. So if you literally lay it on the table and he didn't have to do anything to get it, he's not coming back. It's not going to be serious. You were free, okay? So, obviously, fast forward to now, I have somebody that worships me and wouldn't change a thing about me, and there's nothing better to help build further confidence than someone who values you for who you are and treats you how you think you should be treated. And you should never have to settle for someone who doesn't cherish you and all of you. So friends are also important. Find ones that help build you up and are there with comforting words when you feel down. Whether that's, for me, let's see, like every other day, but just there to give you a pep talk, whether it's about body composition or whether it's about a workout or whether it's just life problems. Friends are awesome. They'll help cheer you up, maybe just go out to dinner with you, either way, but they're awesome, so keep them around. 4, you are more than your body. Let's be real. So being attractive is awesome, but ask anyone, even the people in their 20s and 30s, attraction only gets you so far. At some point, if you're thinking long term, all the other important stuff come on the table. Like, do they have a job? Or are they smart? Do they have potential for a long-term commitment? If you're just good looks and that's all you bring to the table, probably not. So, what do you bring to the table? Are you smart? Are you successful? Are you confident? Are you funny? Are you laid back? Are you organized? Know what you bring to the table and own it. Be proud of it. Okay, last one, number 5. Find things you are good at doing. So doing activities, sports, or hobbies in which you excel in or can measure progress in is fantastic for confidence. So some people would maybe throw in their jobs there. If your job isn't very measurable, which I felt with my past jobs before, which, helped me, kind of had me struggling for gratification, find something else that works. That's why I do CrossFit. A lot of sports can help you feel good about yourself. The other side of the coin is you have to allow yourself to take pride in your work and achievements. So I find a lot of women in particular, they will receive a compliment about something and they will follow it with, yeah, but, and then they add something negative. Why couldn't you just say thank you? I remember working on this a year or two ago. I was stuck in there. I might occasionally go down that rabbit hole of, yeah, but I suck at gymnastics. But we gotta stop doing that. The problem is we are telling ourselves we suck. Every time we say but something, we are pulling ourselves down versus just allowing ourselves to receive the compliment. You're also dampening your ability to build your full potential of confidence. So I'm sure you all know that there are no two snowflakes that are identical. Yet, you're outside, you're catching the snowflakes, and have you ever looked at one and said, someone clearly got lazy when they made this one? No, because they're all very unique and they're all very beautiful in their own way. So similarly, so are humans. We're not all 100% the same. Instead of wanting to hide what you've been through in life that's left its mark on your body, whether through stretch marks or scars, embrace them and celebrate them. You don't have to necessarily love them, but know that they don't make you less desirable. Being a woman that's attracted to men, I can still find the beauty in the female body. I admire my friends every day. They look awesome, whether it's someone's arms or someone's back. I'm like, dang, she is looking good. And I don't ever see the negative stuff that they see every day. No friend of yours is like, oh yeah, I saw that stretch mark on your thigh or that little dimple on your butt. Are you kidding me? We have way more stuff to be paying attention to than something microscopic. So if I don't see it, my guy friends aren't seeing it either. Trust me, not once has any of them ever said, yeah, but have you seen her cellulite? Dear God, they don't care about any of that stuff. So if that's the case, why do we care so much about it? Like I said before, men are luckily way more simple than us women. And so we have to appreciate that fact. And instead of obsessing over something you wish you could change, try owning it and being confident in what you do have. And like I said, confidence is definitely key. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit different blog post. It's a lot different from what I've done before, but you get to see a little bit about my personality, or at least when I'm alone in my own apartment, which is all the time. So leave comments or whatever you want if you have any questions. I'm hoping to do a little bit more with the self-worth thing. If you have any advice or if you have any anything that you would give feedback on, or things you liked, things you want me to touch on, I love it all. So post below or wherever you can, and I will try my best to get back to you. All right, thanks guys.